Red Bull Racing have had another weekend to forget at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. While the team said ahead of the race it could take months for the car to get sorted out, Red Bull looked decent in Baku, but not Max Verstappen. Let's dive into why in this new GPFans Special. Max Verstappen had another weekend he will not look back on very fondly. In free practice 1, Verstappen set the quickest time and looked promising overall, but it all went downhill from that point onwards. After FP3 on Saturday morning, Red Bull decided to tweak the setup on Verstappen's RB20, but missed the mark on this. The reigning champion himself said that the last-minute changes ahead of qualifying can sometimes have a great effect, but this was not one of those times. Verstappen was 6th on Saturday. There was, however, one big positive takeaway from the qualifying session. Lando Norris, Verstappen's closest competitor in the championship, qualified down in 17th, although he would eventually start from 15th after grid penalties were applied. A huge chance for Verstappen to extend his championship lead, but not a chance that was taken. Max finished 5th and would have been 7th if not for Sergio Perez and Carlos Sainz's massive accident. Concerningly for Red Bull, Norris still finished ahead of Verstappen. Because of Norris and race winner Oscar Piastri, McLaren have now taken the lead of the Constructors' Championship, while the gap between Norris and Piastri has shrunk for the 4th time in 5 races. Verstappen's issues are not the only headache for Red Bull. Perez's crash has given the team a massive logistical problem, as it will have to produce new parts and ship them across the world to Singapore in time for this weekend's Singapore Grand Prix. Team principal Christian Horner didn't know the exact G-forces that Perez endured during the crash, but it was enough for there to be big damage on the RB20. Exactly the thing you do not want to happen as a team when your cars have to be moved to Southeast Asia by next weekend. Of course, the RB20 is not the only thing that suffered an impact. So did Perez and Sainz's point tallies. The DNF drops Perez down to 8th behind George Russell and 170 points behind Verstappen. Still, Perez showed better pace than Verstappen pretty much all weekend long. According to team advisor Dr. Helmut Marko, this was because of a difference in setup, higher tire degradation, and a brake issue. Back-to-back nightmare Grand Prix for Red Bull then, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. The team are expecting an upgrade package for the United States Grand Prix that should make them, quote, very competitive again. That's in 2 races' time though, and we will have to keep an eye on that when F1 lands in Austin, but for now, it looked like Singapore will be another tough weekend for Red Bull and Max Verstappen. We hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe and let us know your thoughts down below in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one.